Hi folks, John with the Wingman101 Channel. Thanks for checking in. Today I'm going to be doing a really fun knife review. Now, for folks that have been following along on the channel and have been friends to Preparedmind101, Chris came up with the idea of starting, quote, a Gauntlet Review Ring. And what that contains is a list of about 10 or 12 fellow YouTubers that have no attachment to the item that they're reviewing. We're not giving the item. All we're doing is doing a review on it, and then we're going to pass it on to the next reviewer. I kind of like that because then you can be open, honest, and give your just true opinion of that item because you have no physical, personal, emotional attachment, whatever you may have with that item. So that makes it great. The item that I'm going to showcase today is a William Collins design knife, and it is called the Force Fatty. Now, this knife was first reviewed in the Gauntlet by Ben from Living Survival. I'll be doing the second review, and then I'm going to forward it on to a fellow YouTuber who's going to do the third review. And look for those links down in the description below for Ben, and I'll have who I'm sending it to in that video description. Now, William Collins, if you follow along on YouTube, he is a custom knife maker, makes some awesome stuff, some really cool, unique profile blades. And as you know on my channel, I really like unique profile blades. So it's going to be a fun day out here at a local park testing this knife. So come along. I'm going to shoot some tabletop specs on this. We'll give you the quick rundown. Then I'll show some practical applications, and then as always I'll give you my final thoughts. And I'm not going to give a rating because I'm going to let you rate the knife on this one. And my rating is always between 1 and 5. 1 meaning that it's a dumper, it's got to go to the boneyard, and 5, it's a grand slam, we hit it out of the park. So let's cut away, let's do the specs, and let's get to testing the Force Fatty by William Collins. Come along, let's go. So for this test, I'm going to show the chopping capabilities of this blade. You'll have to forgive the background noise. In true Chris Tanner Preparedmind101 video fashion, I have a plane that's hovering around overhead making tons of noise. So once you find the sweet spot on this blade, it's almost like a kukri the way that it's cutting. And again, I like the handle because I'm able to wrap my finger around the palm swell or the swell down near the pommel to be able to get like this aft grip to kind of get sort of a whipping action on this blade. Works really well. Now, I think we're under attack from that plane, folks. So here's a piece of hardwood, a limb. Like say that we had to make a tent stake, and I'm trying to show harder wood than just pine, one for edge retention on this blade, and to kind of give you a better real world idea of how well this works. So for a small blade, I mean the cutting edge is under 5 inches. Works really well. Nice sharp point on there. And, you know, as you can see with softwood, I mean, it's going to cut just like butter right through there. And I'm going to say it again, that saber grind is just crazy, scary sharp. Try the aft grip on this. Oh yeah. So for a small knife, it's doing what I would consider big knife tasks pretty easy. So I've been out playing around, trying to get used to the knife, and just doing some feather sticking. And with this saber grind, you're going to get like these onion skin, really thin, nice looking shavings. Now, as with any tool, you got to use it to really know the sweet spot on this tool. Just the angle of the grind. But I must say, yeah, this is softwood, but this knife is just hair popping, razor sharp. I mean, just a quick look at how thin the feathers are on that feather stick. So one question that you might want to know is, how does the handle feel? Well, I've been playing around with it now for about an hour, and it feels really good. Now, one observation is that, see how there's this palm swell? I think William Collins did a great job because it fits right in the fatty part of your hand. The only thing that I would like to see right now, because I can feel a little bit of a hot spot, is maybe just chamfer this edge right here just a little bit. But other than that, so far, I mean, it fits really well. Look on the pommel. It's just a natural fit right there in the palm of the hand. And I like how he did the lanyard on the tail of the pommel of the knife. I can say one thing, the spine is super sharp on this blade. So for scraping, you're processing wood for fire, say you're making some sort of bushcraft tools, a spoon, whatever, you're going to be able to process that wood down really well. And with that, I know that a ferro rod is going to work really well with that. So say you have fat wood and you want to get that fine dust to get that fire going, with that sharp 90-degree spine, I mean, that's really going to work good. So far in the test, I'm really pleased with this blade. So here's a quick example of how sharp that 90-degree spine is. I'm going to take this ferrocerium rod and try to apply these sparks to this feather stick. It was really nice. Forgive the plane noise, folks. It must be a flight school close by. Let's talk about the handle on this knife. Now, I know Ben from Living Survival talked about how he was wearing gloves because his hand slipped. I didn't find that so. I like the unfinished linen micarta scales, and I'm going to go back to that palm swell. William Collins put it just in the right spot, and right before the pommel, a nice swell. So your hands, I didn't feel my hands slipping on that at all. And I liked when I came back with just the middle finger grip to be able to get in there and chop. Now, as with any sort of linen micarta, you know, if you get the handles wet, for me, it just grips even more. So as your hands sweat, and it's just my opinion on this, but my hand is secure. I don't feel that blade wobbling around at all. I feel real comfortable and safe with that blade, even with the handles soaking wet. Let's talk about this design. I like the belly of this blade. That profile makes for an awesome cutter, as you saw with the feather sticks. And yeah, I was feather sticking softwood, but that sort of design, and with the saber grind, it's just an awesome cutter to get those what I call onion skin thin little cuts of wood for your feather stick. It coming in at about 9.5 inches, I believe. I'm gonna look at my show notes real quick. Coming in at 9.5 inches, and the blade is 4.5 inches. I think it's the right size, and it's coming with a custom leather sheath, which I found the quality to be outstanding. The 90-degree spine was sharp as heck. I'm going to agree with Ben about maybe a little bit of a thumb ramp, and maybe just chamfer this, because as I was cutting, if you're not wearing gloves, it's going to be a little aggressive on your thumb, and using it all day, you're really going to feel it. But I mean, that's not a deal breaker. There's just enough thumb ramp, but I'd like to see maybe just a little chamfer, maybe on the first inch of the sweep on the top spine of the blade, and that would just make it just a little more user-friendly for a person's thumb. Now I'm going to go back to the finger guard, and I like the design, but using it for a while, my index finger right where it bends on the front was getting a hot spot. If that was maybe chamfered just a little, maybe a little more sweep on that, but that's not a deal breaker. This is a good solid knife, and from what I've seen from William Collins' stuff, I've never heard of anybody having an issue with it. He knows what he's doing. He's made a lot of knives. He's a published author. He's been around the block twice and then some, and it's a great design. So I'm going to have to say that bang for the buck, I'm going to recommend this knife. Now, I want to hear your comments from what you've seen in past videos from Ben's channel and mine. Tell us what your thoughts are on this. I know it's hard to give an opinion just watching a video, but from seeing him do the one stick fire, from me doing a feather stick, chopping, let us know what your initial thoughts are. And that's basically the premise of this review ring, is that you're able to see different folks from different genres in the community use this tool, and to be able to give their take on it. We're not always going to agree, and that's good. There's room in this community for that. But I really like the idea of having this traveling Gauntlet review ring. So look down below in the video description for the next YouTuber, and that'll be video number 3. This is video number 2, and video number 1 is Ben from Living Survival. As always, this is John with the Wingman101 channel. I thank you for checking in, and I'll see you on the next video. Take care. Folks, if you like the content, please subscribe, like, and share. And for the latest channel updates, follow me on Facebook, Instagram, Google+, and Twitter. Folks, thanks for checking in. Until the next video, take care. We'll see you.